So the real question is, should you be upgrading your phone? Is it worth it a lot of times to jump from an older phone to a newer one? Are you going to see any kind of performance updates? Are you going to see any big performance improvements? So today we have 4 iPhones. Yes, this is an iPhone test, so get over it. But 4 iPhones. The iPhone 6s, the iPhone 7, actually it's a 7 Plus, an iPhone 8, and an iPhone XR. So each one of these is running one step newer in the processor. So we're going to do some benchmarking and see what the speed improvement is on each one. Let's do that, shall we? Okay, so we got all of the phones lined up here. So starting on the left hand side, we'll have the iPhone 6s, then a 7 Plus, then an 8, then a XR. Again, running all the different chipsets that have come out over the last 4 years. So the key here is trying to figure out how much faster the 7 is versus the 6, the 8 versus the 7, the 10 versus the 8. Now you'll notice that I don't have an iPhone 10 in the mix. And the reason that I don't have an iPhone 10, which is what came out last year, is that the 8 and the 10 use the same processor. The big difference between the 8 and the 10 was the fact that the 10 went to this new style with no home button, whereas the 8 was using the previous style of iPhones. Processor wise though, they are running the same chip. So let's do some tests. So first one we're going to do is bring up a program called Antutu. So we're going to go on these, we're going to bring this up. So Antutu, and Antutu. And I've done these tests already, but we're going to do them again. So we're going to go this test again on all of them so that you can see it in front of you. All right. And I'm going to, because I can't do all 4 at once, I'll go from slowest to newest and let them go. So here we go. Test again, test again, test again, test again. And off it goes. All right, first test has been completed on the iPhone 10 and 8, so they're run close. The 7, of course, has come in third, and last but not least, even though it started first, was the 6S. You can definitely see that 10R is playing a bit of catch up because it started last, but if it's not already passed, it's sure getting close. Okay, you can definitely see the 10 and the 8 are pulling ahead of the other two, again, especially from the 6S. Okay, so as you can see, they all finished actually fairly close to each other, but when you look at their actual stats or their final benchmark test scores, there's a big difference. The iPhone 6S kicking in around 151,000, the iPhone 7 Plus coming in at 206,000, the iPhone 8 coming in at 242,000, and the iPhone XR coming in at 355,000. So that's a huge difference. So you really see these improvements, and I'm just going to give a top-down view for you guys can see this, hopefully. Right there. Alright, so we'll run another test now. So this time we're going to run, close all this, 3D Mark tests. Okay, for this test we're going to try, this one's called the 3D Mark Sling Shot. I think this one is a little bit more intensive. So we'll do this right now. So run, 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 and run. Well, this one was actually a little more surprising. When you look at the 7 and the 6S, graphics wise they came in really close. Both the 7 coming in at 1951 and the iPhone 6S coming in at 1946. Now the 8 and the XR are kind of what I expected, where it's at 2600 and 3500. But even these really close. So the real question now is for you guys is that percentage increase in the phones really worth it? This is really a CPU and graphics processor test just to see how they did. If you're a person that is Facebooking and doing social media and browsing the web and getting their email, as you can see here, a 6S still can hold its own. It's running the newest operating system. It's doing its job. If you can get one of these, pop in a new battery, and you should be off to the races for a little bit longer. Each generation does get a little faster. I just recently moved from the 7 Plus to the 10R, which was a big increase for me as someone who uses these devices a lot. Now, if the phone in its entirety is a big thing for you, where you are wanting to play the newest games, more power is always better. 100% it is. If you're someone that wants to see that improvement in the camera, there is no doubt that each time you get an update from the 6 to the 7 to the 8 to the 10, the camera does definitely get better. As someone who does video and photography a lot, I can see it. Without question, that is a huge one. And if you can get a newer phone on a good deal, I did a contract update with my carrier and I got the phone for like $70. So why would I not? All right, my friends, I'm gonna leave you there. Hopefully this was of some interest to you, because I know for me it's always like, how much faster is the new phone? I wanted to make sure I shared that with you to kind of give you an understanding of whether your phone is still okay for another year or 6 months or 2 years. I've got a new one. I try to get 2 years out of my phones for sure. You may get more. All right, my friends, I'm gonna leave you there. Have a great one. We will talk to you again in the next video, because there's always more to come. Yes, there is. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the good stuff. And we will talk to you again in the next video. Have a good one. Later.